Okay, so I have a message here for the collective. This is for a group of people that could be fasting at the moment. You could be in a period of solitude, of isolation, of self-inquiry, of like removing yourself from situations that cloud your judgment or rush you in some way. You are in a space of self-inquiry, in a space of being very inwardly focused. And whether you are intentionally fasting, maybe you are observing Ramadan at this time. I'm recording this, Ramadan is going on, or you could be in a space where you are going without so that you can have later down the line, so that you can align with your path in where your heart truly is. And you are being acknowledged for this space that you're in. I feel like God is really coming through here, and it is God energy. It's source energy. Like, this message is coming straight from the source. That there's this like congratulatory energy, but there's also this recognition that you aren't quite there yet. And so there's this crossroads that's coming up that's going to present to you a choice where you could come across an energy that wants to play on your energy, that wants to play, Freudian slip. So this could be someone that is playing in your energy, but what I wanted to say is that wants to play on your hunger. I was reading my Bible the other night, and I came across this passage, and it was saying that the devil plays on your hunger. And this message started to come through where it was saying, turn to me, feast on my flesh, the body of Christ, feast on your faith. Because this energy will seek to provoke you with if-then statements. I think it was basically like when Jesus was like tempted on the mountain or something like this, where like he was basically presented with three tests, and one of them, the devil was basically like, well, if you are this, then do this. Like, if you are who you say you are, then do this. And basically, like, Jesus just returned he leaned on the word of God in that moment. And that's basically what you're being asked to do. Like, there's really what you're being asked to do is swerve this situation. So there could be someone specifically that is inquiring into your business where they could be asking you like very invasive questions, and it's not because they're actually wanting the truth in some way. Like, I want to say, like, save your truth for someone who actually has the heart to hear it. And the heart to hear it, that makes me think of like bravery. Like, this person is a coward in some way. And I feel like they're cloaked in something where you wouldn't readily see them in that light. Like, you could have a perception of this person that is actually incorrect, and it comes from your good-hearted nature. And you could be a person that has a tendency to project your own traits onto other people. And because of this, you extend a level of like goodness and care and compassion that you externalize rather than giving it to yourself. And in this moment, you're being asked to practice self-compassion. See yourself with loving kindness, acknowledge your growth as an empath, and honor the person you have become. And stop trying to fix people, because whatever the situation is, like, it's going to pull on your heartstrings, and it has every intention to do that. This person recognizes that you are a very big-hearted person, that you are a nurturing person, that you have the inclination to you could have the like, regardless of gender, you could have a tendency to like mother people. This is like the energy of someone who's like the mom of the friend group, the dad of the friend group. Like, you just are there for people, and it could hurt you to not be what this person needs or something. But this situation is presenting you with the opportunity to act on the wisdom and the awareness that you've come to understand via this space of fasting or self-isolation or like being in hermit mode. Yeah. So you're being asked to be strong and to make the change and to share the unfiltered truth, which may just be that like you don't trust this person, or that you're not interested in whatever it is that they're offering you, or that I don't know, that you don't want to share that with them. I don't know. There's something here where it's like someone could be inquiring, like being kind of nosy, and they might give you some type of like sob story or a means of like appealing to your heart as a way of I don't know, feeding on your hunger. And I feel like this is different for everyone, but the situation that I have here is the hunger might come, you might have a need to be needed. And so pulling back from the habits and the patterns that perpetuate this cycle would mean like remaining mysterious in whatever this is, leaving someone to wonder, not giving them the truth that they're asking for or looking for. And that doesn't mean like you're not being asked to lie. You're just being asked to be stingy with the details of something surrounding you and your insight and what it is that you're aware of. Like, you're just being asked to dance around something rather than do what you usually do, which I think would be to see the dysfunction of this person and try to be their guide, try to be their mentor and take them under your wing and like hit them with these like truths and like these and give them a certain level of awareness into their dysfunction, into their behavior. But you're being asked to choose yourself instead of this person. Because what I'm getting is like, there's whatever they're doing, I just heard pump and dump. So, yuck. I don't know. There's this narc energy. Like, there's this like very self-involved, very selfish, very controlling, very unregulated, and there's just a need to put in boundaries with this energy. Because I feel like I see you walking up to this crossroads where you come across this person, this energy, and you're going to be faced with this choice of like, are you going to give them your heart with no questions asked, or recognize that it's taking you some time to reach this space of healing and suturing and repairing of the heart space, to where you're not being as, like, this person wants you to be reckless with your heart. They're not approaching you in a space of fairness and balance. There's this sense of like, as soon as you hand over whatever it is that they're looking for, whether this is like your business, because I am getting that as well. Like there's this energy of like you having a very human moment with this person. They're inquiring into your business. You give them all the details that you're looking for because you think that it might like bring some type of clarity or guidance or like assistance to them, where it's like, oh, this is something that helps me or whatever. And then them taking that information and then sharing it with other people, and it being like a means of gossip, or I don't know, just like taking something and running with it because they don't actually have the ears to hear and the eyes to see. Like this person lacks wisdom. And this is kind of like, it's on you to recognize that, and it's on them to kind of tempt you in a way. I think you've manifested this encounter as a means of showing yourself that like you are actually ready to choose yourself and choose this path that you've been working so hard to align yourself with. And it's kind of like this final boss energy that's coming in as a means of like, can you see through this? Do you recognize the cycle? Are you brave enough to do what's necessary to ensure that you don't go around and again? And somehow that has to do with like not trying to fix people and to extend a sense of compassion to yourself first. Yeah. So that's what I've got. Make sure that I also want to say that like, be mindful of anyone that's like trying to rush you. Like rush the pace of which you open up to them, rush how quickly you choose something or go somewhere or like do something, because only manipulators are in a hurry. So in conclusion, you're coming up against a choice, and whatever this choice is, it's going to play on your hunger in some way. It's going to play on whatever it is that you've been going without. And I feel like it's also going to pull on, it's like there's going to be a choice that's going to present you with something that's going to be very like thrilling, very like dopamine filled. And whatever it is that you've been fasting has to deal with like stripping away whatever this like dopamine was offering you or keeping you on the run from or running towards. And so the guidance here really is like in this moment when you feel that your hunger is being played on, when you feel like you're being presented with an opportunity to either compromise this solitude, this fast, this space of holy observation is what I want to say, to turn inwards, to turn to that inner voice, to turn to your inner guidance, because the objective here is to get you defensive on the behalf of this devil. This devil wants you to be in a space of defensiveness, to get you on like uneasy footing and in a position where you're needing to like prove yourself and defend yourself. And the minute you seek to prove yourself to the devil, you've already lost. at least to this one, because it feeds on your combativeness and you're going back and forth. Like, you're really being asked to keep it short and sweet with whoever this is, because they want your conversation and they don't approach it in good faith. And so there's this sense of like, if you need to prove yourself to anybody, let it be your own self, proving that you don't need to do this dance with this person, that it's not worth dancing with this devil. You know, I'd rather just, I'm hearing, I'm just dancing on my own. Like, I think that's what you're being asked to do in some way. So yeah, just remember that it's not your job to fix anyone and to allow people the dignity of their own paths. If this person wants to be the Riddler on the bridge, then that's their prerogative, and it's also your prerogative to choose in accordance with what's actually in alignment with your heart, rather than succumb to the temptation of whatever it is that you've been going without, so that you can hear that inner voice clearly, more clearly. Yeah, because it is talking to you, and it's just like, it's just enlightening you to whatever that, like, this energy has bad intentions. It's mischievous, and it's out to win. And like I said, like, it's, I don't know, but it's fueled by a weakness and an entitlement, and this is like a long ingrained pattern of this person's. So I think you're just being brought in a heads up that this person is not your responsibility. Getting them to see the light is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to hold true to your position and to recognize that you have the higher position, and that at any point you can turn around and walk away, and you don't actually have to give over whatever this person is seeking from you. Yeah. Just know that, like, there's masks involved in this situation. And I think this crossroads is presenting you with an opportunity to display whether or not you can see through it, and whether or not you have the heart to also call it out, even if it's not even verbally. Because I am getting the sense of, like, clocking the truth without expressing it, which might seem backwards, but it's like, that's not, in this situation, like, vocalizing isn't what's being asked of you. It's in the choice that there's evidence that you have the truth. So in the choice that you make, there's evidence of whether or not you have the truth, more so than what it is that you say. It's definitely much more actions based with this. So I hope that's helpful. I hope that it finds you when it needs to find you. And yeah, you are absolutely loved and cared for, and you are immensely guided in this situation. Trust your heart, trust your faith. Okay? That's what I've got for you.